This idea could change the way we travel forever. What if we flew to a foreign country, bought an old rig, fixed it up in a week, and drove around that country for a month, hitting all the best off-road tracks? Well, that's what we're going to attempt. Welcome to New Zealand. This series has been a long time in the making, and we are thrilled to bring you some of the best four-wheel driving content I think we've ever filmed. And that's saying a lot, considering that we built the world's first Land Cruiser Chinook in 100 days and drove it all the way to Argentina. New Zealand is epic. Buckle up, grab a cold beer. This is going to be rad. Thanks, sir. How you guys doing? What's up, Guy?
Hey, right. This is Guy. Hey, man.
You guys are legends. I really appreciate you looking at this truck. This process began months ago. I switched my marketplace location to Auckland, New Zealand, and every day I would look for rigs. Finding awesome ones wasn't hard, but finding diesel, manual, solid axle with WAF, Reg, and RUCS proved to be a bit of a mission. WAF stands for Warrant of Fitness. It's a mandatory biannual inspection on older vehicles to make sure they're fit for the road. Reg is just registration, which means that the vehicle has a clean title and current owner. And RUCS are road user charges, $75 for every 1,000 kilometers, only for diesels. It wasn't until 4 days before our flight that we actually got a hook into a decent rig. Thankfully, we've got a great connection in New Zealand.
G'day, guys.
This is Renee. He's been a longtime friend and supporter of ours and recently published the new 4X journal and even wrote a couple articles about us. He lives in New Zealand, and without his help, this trip would have never got off the ground.
Things like an aftermarket turbo kit, like a proper kit.
Nice.
And it drives really nice and makes all the right noises as well, which is a bonus. Cool, man. All right, well, we'll let you know how we get on soon.
Sounds wicked, bro. Thank you so much, guys.
Cool, cheers.
All right,
bye.
Later. Yeah, it looks pretty.
Looks so much cleaner than anything around here.
Looks very clean.
So, yeah, if you're happy, we can kind of, strike up a deal and
Chuck him an offer if you feel comfortable. It sounds like he might not part with it for much less, but if he will, sick. If not, then yeah, we'll pay what he wants. The buyer took our offer, and just like that, we bought a rig overseas. Now it's time to get there. We're here now in Auckland. No way. No freaking way. Look at it. What a surprise, mate. Holy hell. Is that tire shine, bro? Oh, good, bro. Yeah, nice to meet you too, bro. We are chasing moments of awe. Feelings that make language seem like a useless tool to describe them. Where will we find these feelings? Somewhere between where the paved road ends and where we set up camp. I'm Matthew.
And I'm Stacy.
This is Toyota World Runners, Project NZ. Yep, that's it. In all its shining glory, an LN106 Hilux. Turbo diesel. Manual. The way this all went down is I found the rig on Marketplace in the South Island, convinced the seller to take the 4-hour ferry to Wellington in the North Island, as Renee was conveniently going to be there that weekend.
Picked up the Hilux. I'm just going to take it through Devil's Gate, just south of Wellington. Just give it a maiden voyage off-road, give it a test.
We paid a bit more than we wanted, but it looks awesome. And if we can keep the tire side down the whole trip, we'll be able to sell it at the end. With an off-road test, a slight mechanical drama with a leaking axle seal, and an 8-hour drive, it was back in Auckland to pick us up at the airport. How freaking good.
Hey guys, it's another hour down, so got just under 4 hours to go until back to Auckland, another 320 kilometers or something like that. Yeah, the Hilux is running great, so I'm not surprised. Like, this thing will bloody do 20 laps of the moon, so yeah, no, it's a good test of it though, just to get it back to Auckland, and then we're going to do all the maintenance and get it ready.
Just look at it. What an absolute beauty.
excited to drive. Terrified, but excited.
Man, how lucky are we? Just look at this thing.
The door key.
Yep.
And this is the ignition key.
Okay.
Okay.
Look at this. Is it the right hand side or the wrong side?
Yep. It doesn't turn off, so I don't know if the glow relay's cooked.
Oh, just, a few seconds.
It'll just turn on anyway.
Love that. Love that. Oh, just listen to it. What was that?
Do you have a parking brake?
We have a parking brake. This is a new upgrade for us. That's good stuff. All right, this might take me a minute. And we're off. Oh, we could just chop the exhaust off and listen to that turbo even more.
Oh yeah.
So basically, here's the plan. The rig looks pretty damn good to the untrained eye, and frankly, even to ours. But we're not willing to take that at face value before attempting to drive this thing around an entire country in only 4 weeks. We need to get our hands dirty, and to our very thankful surprise, Renee has done some more groundwork and not only lined up a workshop with a lift, but he opened the door to some perfect partnerships for an adventure like this one. Here are the parts.
This is all your brake component, including the brake cylinder, heavy duty wheel bearing kit, complete filter kit for maintenance. This is the complete heavy duty swale housing kit that include the heavy duty bearings, heavy duty seals, inner axle seals and everything.
Amazing.
So you can fully rebuild your front axle.
Yep.
And these are the couple of rear wheel bearing as well. That in the brake, we're happy to give you the 45 brake pads as well. That's it. That for the extreme condition, traveling around New Zealand and other part of the country anyway.
Terrain Tamer's been producing premium four-wheel drive products for over 50 years. We run their bearing kits back home and are stoked to have them on our Hilux. Speaking of premium products, it's time to kick our pie review segment into gear.
Thank you.
All right, Renee, it's time for the first official pie review.
Yep.
Thanks, Ashby. All right, first NZ pie. I don't even know which one this is.
Pretty much the beef pie, isn't it? Ashby.
Oh. Oh, it's the curry one.
Red tie.
The menu one, yeah.
That's so good.
You break that new pie.
Okay, well, if we're gonna do a tour, you have to rate. So what's the rating?
Okay, pastry is nice and flaky, not too soft. Yeah, flavor's amazing. I'm gonna start this off with an 8. I don't have anything else. I don't have anything else to go off. So.
Okay, I have the chicken and leek one, and it's super creamy. I'm giving this one a 9. I think this is absolute fire.
All right, Ashby's. We're off to a high start. Nice. Oh, just oof. So easy.
First glow.
First glow.
It's the morning glow.
All right, today is an exciting day. Renee, who's the gentleman that he is, has arranged a shop for us to do a bunch of maintenance. So all those Terrain Tamer parts are going to be going on the truck today, and we have a few surprises you guys are going to like. So we're making a quick stop at Judge & Company, which is outfitting Renee's 100 series with a pretty sweet new drawer system. Nothing for this rig, but he's helping us, so we're just gonna help him do a little photo shoot and check out some pretty cool rigs. This quickly became a theme. Stop at a cool shop, meet awesome people, and check out some of the cleanest builds we'd ever seen.
What ECU?
Just factory ECU.
Did you wire it all up?
Yeah, light parts. Like right here.
I'm gonna have to pick your brain when I do mine, because I have this engine sitting in a car at home.
Yep.
And this truck.
Well, and this truck. Yeah, actually. Man, that is too clean. Is this the VVTI?
Yep.
Yeah. man in the back of the Ute. That would be so sick. Huge drawer and then a bed slide on top. And look at this. I recognize this. Comes with 6 men.
6 mixes every day.
Perfect.
Just hold it at the bottom.
Yeah.
Okay, that's enough fluids to stay lubed up for a year. Let's go!
Oh yeah, 130. Terrain Tamer really hooked it up on the maintenance and upgrades for this build. We got everything from heavy duty brakes to front end rebuild kits to filters, fluids. It's gonna drive like an absolute treat, as they would say around here. It feels like it's more this way.
Pull it up and down like that.
This is Guy. He's Renee's brother-in-law, but he's our technical advisor for this project. And also a Toyota nut like me. I got no
I did scrub under here.
Yeah, you spent some time with the power wash already. So we're gonna probably replace that.
See if in this one as well.
Little bit of play.
Did not.
Yeah, it's probably the rear bearing. This quickly became a game of the more you look, the more you find. Although we weren't gonna like everything we were about to find. So this is everything I brought from Canada, which is a very stripped down version of what I'd normally take. But hopefully we got all the essentials, plus whatever Guy brought, which is probably everything. Renee and Guy were getting started on the front axle rebuild, while I was gonna figure out how to deal with this mess. Just had to use the nail bar.
Oh, yum.
Wow. Man, that might top the list of the greasiest ones I've seen. It's clear the rear axle seal has been leaking for a long time, which means these rear brakes are totally kaput. I've never actually seen one this greasy, and this wasn't even the real demon yet. Oh, dude. So the rear axle is completely covered in grease and diff oil, and it appears the front is as dry as the desert. I've never actually seen one without grease like this, and I almost didn't pull it apart. And I'm glad we did. I'm glad we decided to pull that off.
Yep.
That's pretty shocking, actually. They didn't pack anything in there.
No. It's drying it down.
Hey, that's not water.
It's not water.
You see that? Good. Oh, not much on there. Good. Now, plug it back up. Oh, well, at least there was grease inside. Oh, that's nasty. Yuck. Heavy duty bearing kit. Start with the axle seal, my good sir.
Let's go.
But I still love the hell out of it. That was 1.5 tries. Actually has grease now, so this is going to be 100% better than it was before.
I'm just doing this because I had to do something.
Oh, yeah.
I want it to be included.
This is 100% a 3-person job.
Yeah. Oh, the man of the hour. So the brakes on this rig were a little how you going, as you'd say around here. Had to use all of your leg strength. So we've got some vented and drilled rotors, but I really like these ones because the drill holes don't actually go all the way through, so they're not gonna get full of mud and stuff. So this is gonna be a sweet upgrade. We've also got Terrain Tamer's new fortified pads, designed in Australia to withstand continuous heavy braking applications. Hopefully we won't be doing continuous braking, but we will be pretty happy to get this kit on there because, yeah, the brakes were honestly terrible. So. Nice.
I can see it. On the brake lines and we just...
We can get this guy out. There we go. Oh yeah. Yeah, that's hooped. That's what I'd call
So
that.
the front end rebuild went together, as it should, quite easily. This rear axle is a bit of a different story. Not only are the brakes basically non-existent, it appears the rear wheel bearings, I'm honestly surprised they're still in there. And to top it off, it looks like somebody has tried to cut out the rear wheel bearing with a grinder at some point. There's hammer marks and scarring all over this axle. And that's a problem.
Naughty axle.
These bearings are pressed on, so we're gonna have to find another shop with a press to do this job. The first axle, however, it completely fell apart when we smashed it on the ground like this. Not ideal.
Day 2. Yesterday went pretty good, but not quite as planned, but that's kind of what we can expect tearing into an old truck. So we didn't bring the Hilux back to Renee's. We got to sit in the 100 series, which just got this new drawer system from Judging Company, and it is nuts. I might need to fly these guys out to do the interior on Sunday. This is just too good. Little drawer fridge too. Oh, yeah, already stocked with that. Yeah, this is just like the fit and finish on this is so nice. So the plan today is we have to find a way to press out and press in the rear wheel bearings. We have a tool back at home that makes it really easy in a press, but we don't have that here. So we're gonna have to get a little creative to do that, and then finish doing the filters and fluids, make a bed rack for some other mods, and yeah, the list is still quite long. Awesome, thanks so much.
Another cool shop, more cool people, and some rad upgrades for our Hilux. We're gonna have to wait till we finish the maintenance to see those.
Okay, this is pie review number 2. This is from Waimaku Bakery?
Yep.
Waimaku? Nice. All right, we got the classic steak and cheese $6 pie. So this is half the price of the other pie. Oh, it's pretty mean.
Yeah.
That's nice.
What's the rating?
Considering the price.
Yeah.
Considering the price, this is pretty good.
Yeah.
Man, this is like a strong 7. Yeah. So if we go about 300 high, and then what are you at there? Like 1,200, 1,300?
12.
So I'm at the window.
Yeah.
So how much are we running frame? 1250?
So I could
We
go
make
like
it 1250 square, the whole.
Yeah, that will give us like 60 mil.
So as much as we like the stainless retro looking headache wrap, it's not going to work with the other plans we have.
People will buy anything these days, right?
Yeah.
All right. So this engine, for those keen, is the 2.8 liter diesel. They call it the 3L. And this one has a really nice factory looking turbo kit. Looks like it's been on there for a long time. These engines aren't known to take turbos too well, but this one's clearly been on a long time and it runs really smooth. It's a German turbo and it's got really nice fittings and all goes kind of factory into the airbox and the snorkel. Like, it looks like it was all sold as a kit, which is awesome. And so we're pretty happy with how the motor is set up, but we are going to change all of the fluids and filters and add a diesel catch cam. That one doesn't look too bad. And keep it as a spare. I reckon that one looks a bit better though. Expecting this to be very black. Yep.
Yep.
Seriously, everywhere we went, we just met awesome people that wanted to help us out. And Dan at McLeod Motors in Overland was no exception. He got those bearings pressed off and pressed on in moments. And we got to check out some of the epic builds that go through his shop. The only thing unfortunate is we couldn't find another axle shaft. So we had to press the bearings onto the old, kind of ratchet looking dented one, which I don't like, but we searched everywhere, couldn't find a stock axle shaft. Ooh. So we've just got to run with it for now.
Man, what does this put down? That's nuts. It's like, yeah, this is the ultimate spec super tourer. Yeah. Oh, this is the previous owner with 2 deer and a moto and a ute box on the basket.
It is crazy cool seeing how common the Land Cruiser 105 series is here. We never got in North America. I wish we did, because they're freaking rad. With what felt like all the demons behind us, things were starting to take shape, and despite our jet lag and lack of sleep, we are stoked on how this is turning out so far.
There it is. It's a lot easier than a 37.
Just like that, 2 exceptionally long days have turned this rig into something we hope is capable of the tour it's about to go on.
Terrain Tamer Christmas lager.
Oh, yeah.
It's like Christmas with you boys. Cheers.
Cheers, guys. Cheers, Stacey.
Yeah. How is it?
Oh wow.
Not bad for an Australian.
Bad.
It's actually real tasty. Hazy pale ale by Terrain Tamer.
Well, that's good.
Oh, I'm glad to be back in the driver's seat of this ute. Well, we're off to a fun destination. We're actually off to New Zealand car meets. Well, it's a night meet. It's truck meets. You'll see. Okay, first time getting gas in NZ. Diesel. Okay, so it's very easy. I want the normal one. Okay. That says diesel, right? We got 43 liters at $1.85 per liter. So it's 81 bucks. It's kind of, it tells you what the tax amount is. There's $11 in tax. So it's like pretty comparable price to Canada, really. Okay, what we got? 4x4 Outdoor Expo.
Okay, a couple rigs, man. This happens like twice a month here. It happens like not even annually. Thank you, Brian. Oh, come on, just like, what? Just my dream patrol just sitting right here? Look at those wheels. Those wheels are sick. Twin snorkels, man. That is it right there. Car culture, truck culture. New Zealand's got it dialed, and the community here is inspiring, to say the least. For us, it's time to turn our heads towards some fun mods for this Hilux, starting with something special we brought from home thanks to Rapture Customs. How good is that? Okay, the out button was going in. But the in button doesn't go out. Okay, hang on. Okay, out is in. Makes sense.
That's kind of fast.
It works, but the out button is in. Okay, well, it came with two remotes. This one works good, but the polarities are reversed. So. Out is in. Hello, mate. I'll have this one. Yeah, perfect. And yeah, that's great. What a rig, eh? All right, we got one 50-liter bin, which will be for fluids and parts. We got a 1 meter long table, which will be for tabling. Two camp chairs. 2 gas bottles. And a pair of gloves for 115 bucks. I'd say that's a pretty good deal. All right, well, we just found an axle shaft off a guy on Marketplace, so we picked it up for 50 bucks.
That's awesome.
Pretty happy about that. He's got the same truck, but it's a little more built up, which is it's cool. Yeah, 50 bucks and a couple speakers. Guy, our technical advisor, advised me to pick up a spare axle shaft. We pressed in the new bearing to the old worn out one, and it's not great. But at least if we're carrying a spare, we're probably not going to need it, right? First beach drive coming up. The sand is so soft. We didn't air down, but we had to go into 4-wheel drive.
But we're cutting it close with the sunset.
Oh my gosh, that's beautiful. We feel so lucky to have found a rig that is turbo diesel, solid axle, manual transmission, and it's blue, and it has 4 doors. This just feels like a dream come true, and the trip hasn't even started yet. Tomorrow we'll put on the final mods before we hit the road, but at this point, I think there's only one thing to say. What a rig! Some kiwi fish and chips. Perfect. It's a perfect dining room.
It's like a... Oh, wow. Dude,
Oh, we need to get sauce.
that's a lot of food for 11 bucks. Holy heck. That's a piece of fish.
Yeah.
Yum. Nice. Today's the day. With countless recommendations from friends and strangers, we've decided to push straight to the South Island and hopefully have time to explore some of the North Island on the way back. So we all of a sudden have a schedule and a ferry to catch. The truck just did this exact drive with Renee less than a week ago, so it should be good to do it again. Oh, I see some rigs. Look at that 80. That thing is minty. Oh, man. Frothing, as you could say. Our last stop before we hit the road is Feld & Shelter, the sister company of West Supply, who was one of the pioneers in bringing premium overland gear to New Zealand. Thanks to Renee's introduction, they've agreed to loan us a tent, some storage solutions, and max tracks for our upcoming adventure. We've bounced from shop to shop, picking up more than just gear and swag. The energy here is contagious. I can't really put into words how fulfilling it is when others are just as excited about your dream as you are. It's a different kind of sponsorship when you don't have to sell yourself first. Yeah, that's great. What an awesome group of people. Wow. This is just the beginning.
It's like we haven't even left, and we've had the most amazing 4 days of our lives.
I know, we haven't even left Auckland. Oh man, so cool, so cool. All right, babe, new roads. We're officially on the road. On the road, and it's raining. Not just your average mid-afternoon stop off for tea and forget to pay the bill rain. More like the drunk uncle who claims you'll just have one more for the 5th time this evening kind of rain. First camp is reminding me of Latin America. The cattle gate. Grateful to have an awning is an understatement. The pitter-patter drums keep us company as we endure our first night on the road. Welcome to Camp 1. And after a jam-packed few days, I'm really not surprised we slept through our alarm the next morning.
First night in the tent was a success, but you didn't see it because our alarm didn't go off.
We slept too good.
Yeah, it was too good. Now we're, running very behind, and we got to make a ferry, so let's go.
The wind is in our sails. The maintenance mountain has been conquered. The fridge is stocked, and our mediocre stereo is blasting. Our compass once again pointed south. We're feeling comfortable, confident even, that we are seated in the pinnacle of four-wheel drive perfection. A quick glimpse of our reflection, and we both synchronize the phrase, "What a rig." Let it be known, this statement would follow us like a lost puppy to the South Island. Until proven guilty, right? Well, his court date was a lot sooner than we expected. Ultimate bad news. Just lost gear. It's super weird. It's like I can go into gear and it still feels fine, but
So it's like clutch.
yeah, it's like the clutch just I got no gears. Now would have been a good time for that roadside assistance, eh? Well, absolutely not what we wanted to be dealing with right now. I'm trying to make a ferry. I'm hoping it's the rear axle shaft. The one we were suspicious about. Well, you're getting a quick pyre view right now. This is a potato top. It's kind of like a shepherd's pie. That's good. That's a 7, based on the price and current circumstances. Yeah, I gotta jack the truck up. Luckily we bought that rear axle shaft, so hopefully it is that. Very small wrench, Julio. Okay. Well, that one's engaging the rear drive shaft a little bit, so leads me to believe that this one isn't broken. Nothing. Not a thing. Not even like slightly engaging. So that rear axle, I think, totally did us wrong, because this should be able to engage a little bit with the drive shaft, and it's not. So hopefully we've got the right side. If we don't, then we just won't have an e-brake. But at least this is a pretty confident that this is the sign that this rear axle shaft is blown, and then we'll be good after that. Let's see if we can catch this Ferry. Look at that. Completely sheared off. Fresh bearing too. All right, we just got to get that axle shaft out now. Oh man.
Luckily we,
We had a suspicion that axle shaft was compromised, and well, the suspicions were correct. So, thank you, Shane, for the hookup on this one. Holy heck, we're moving! We're alive! We did it!
okay, oh my god. Okay, let's go.
Oh my god. I just like, I don't even know what to say. That's such an uncommon thing. Like, I've honestly never heard of a stock rear shaft breaking in a vehicle on 33s. Like, really uncommon failure, which, it was definitely compromised. I mean, clearly, like, you saw all the scarring and all the stuff on it. I'm just so glad we had the foresight to get another one.
No, we did not anticipate changing an axle shaft at a gas station in the middle of nowhere on day one. But what traveling on the road extensively has taught us is that the universe always has a plan. And if you drive a vehicle that you've removed an axle shaft from before, the job is way less scary.
Awesome, thank you. Cool. We are booked on the Inter-Islander Ferry, which is absolutely insane because we are an hour late, but the ferry was an hour and a half delayed today for some reason, so.
What are the odds?
The forces at work are in our favor.
See? I told you. The plan is written in permanent marker, and you just don't get to read ahead.
Don't tell you about the ferry from the North Island to the South Island is that it runs, year round, and they only stop running when the waves are 5 meters or less.
5 meters or more.
5 meters or more. Sorry. Like, take that in and just imagine 5 meters. Yeah. We were walking into the bathrooms, people were puking. It was so hectic. I was writing my will, I swear. They don't tell you this, but it's hectic. If you get really seasick, you may want to fly.
All right. Now the adventure really begins.
The adventure begins.
Look at all the sea spray we got. That was insane. God. Okay, so we're using a app. Don't worry, it's not sponsored. This was recommended by our friends, and it's called Overland NZ. And it's super cool because it has campsites and off-road tracks, and you can kind of filter everything with different map layers, but also by like campsites and like different difficulties of tracks. Like the green ones will be easy 4-wheel drive tracks. The red ones will be like more difficult ones. So we've got a pretty cool itinerary based on that. Unfortunately, the camp we wanted to go to tonight, there was a big rock fall and it looks like the road is closed. Hopefully we'll be able to do it on the way back, but at this point we don't know where we're camping, which, you know, just makes it more fun, I guess. Not really.
I don't think it's hard to find a good camp spot here, though.
No, it doesn't look like it. We're officially in the South Island.
It's very exciting.
Going to try and get on a schedule of arriving to camp before dark.
Yeah. Yeah.
Would be really nice. Campmate. All right. Gas bottle. It says open sesame right there. I love it. We just trusted this old lady at the grocery store on which coffee to buy. It's pretty good.
That was a very...
I think I need to make it stronger. I'm gonna give that a 6. It is a beautiful sunny day. The river is blue, the sky is blue, and we are tired of mucking about on these highways and are looking forward to getting on some off-road tracks, which is the plan for today, is to start our first off-road route. Before that, there's just something I want to take care of. So when we're getting all the stuff for the truck, I've never had this motor before, so when we were picking up the oils and coolants and stuff, the guy at the parts store recommended 10W30 for the oil, semi-synthetic. And I thought that was a bit strange. I was like, it seems really thin for an older diesel. And then he asked how many K are on it, and I said 250, and he's just like recommended that. And I was just like, oh, it's just like, it didn't sit right, and I should have listened to that, and I didn't, because I like don't know this engine, so I listened to it.
Basically, after yesterday, I don't want to take any chances. So we did a bit of a backtrack, and we're getting another oil change, and putting some thick 1540 dinosaur oil in that should have been there in the first place. Being welcomed like family in a new place, by new friends that feel like old ones, must be one of life's great treasures. An impression that will surely last as long as my memory does. This trip wouldn't be what it is without Renee, and we wouldn't have come to know Renee if we hadn't started making movies 5 years ago. So I guess you could say it was all in the plan, and the forces at work are in our favor.
Cool. I feel good about that. And yeah, back on the road. It only took like 45 minutes, which is sweet. So, off to the tracks.
The Hilux gave us a couple scares, but we're becoming friends, and I feel like we're gonna do good work together. Sometimes, dreams are disguised as hard work. So let's keep going. I hope by now we've earned your subscription. Thank you so much for being here. This is literally just the beginning of this epic adventure.